So we're going to change the oil and front brakes on this very pretty and some would say super reliable 2020 BMW X3. There's your oil filter housing. It's going to take a 27mm socket. So there's actually a post underneath the there's actually a, there it is. So you're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 8mm nuts. So just move that up there. Those on that. We're going to jack this thing up right here. Jack it up. We're going to go ahead and loosen this oil filter housing. There, it's loosened. We don't want the oil going here. We're going to leave it just like that. I can take care of the rest while it's jacked up. I love this off-road jack. It's the bomb. It's a Badland jack. Oh, the Badland jack, the Badland jack. Everybody loves the Badland jack. Works phenomenally. It's perfect for off-road or in the grass. See how it rolls with the car even in the grass. It's excellent. Works phenomenally. So this is where I'm going to do the brakes as well. Let's see if this jack stand fits. I guess we want it a little bit higher, huh? Oh, we don't like that. Okay, there we go. Oh. What we're going to do is make sure that doesn't come off. Shouldn't. It continues to roll. Continues to roll, although it's digging in a little. Okay. Ta-da. Make sure your jack stands have a... Either put your jack stands on wood, or make sure they're not going to sink like this. That's exactly where we want it. Now let's make sure it's coming down just right. We don't want it too far forward. There we go. That's just right. Perfectly fine. Should be good. Let's verify. Alright. We're on the jack mounts on the side, which will be perfectly fine. So the weight of the car is on the jack mounts, exactly where we want it. What you definitely want to make sure of is, I got my e-brake on, but you also want to pretend like that e-brake could just fail on you. I'm going to move this out of the way. Just get it on out of the way, just like that. Now, we need to get up underneath here, where we're going to change oil. I believe is that hole that somebody left open. Not exactly sure what size that is. I'm just going to take this here, and this here. Close a pan to drain the oil into before you get under this. You want to verify you're not going to die. So you want to try to make this thing fall, okay? Shake it around. I can't make it fall. So, get under here, and there's your drain bolt with a 17 or an 18. I think looks like a 17. Okay, so that's loose. That's all you gotta do. Now what I like to do is get something like this here, along with this here. We're gonna come over here and hit it with this. There we go. That's how we're gonna drain that oil out without getting oil all over ourselves. And there's your bolt. And what you always want to do with your bolt, just clear it off and replace the washer. So you want to replace it with a copper washer. They crush easily. See, that's a copper washer. So what I'm going to do is drop that in there just like that. I believe I have copper washers in here. There we go. Copper washes. So you spray that down. Make sure it's nice and clean. Okay. Copper wash it. Looks like something like, what size is this bad boy? too small. Looks like that would be perfect. So that's what we use once it stops draining. It's still draining a little. What I'm going to do to help it is pull that off, just like that. Now I'm going to take this bad boy here and we'll just move that so that it doesn't spill off or fall or however you want to say it. We're going to do the far wheel first, actually. So we're going to move on over here. These are 17s, I believe. Yeah. Lefty loosey, right. Okay, there's one. There we go. Now, it's always smart to throw this right underneath just in case. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We'll leave that there. We're going to get another piece of cardboard. Okay, just like that. There's your brake pad wear indicator. Get that out of there. These two fingers kind of twisted about. So it's actually this top one. Okay. So this is the one here. You want to pull that. Boom. Looks like the oil's about done draining. Just keep it there. So I'm not pulling this. I'm actually compressing the piston by doing that. I just broke that brake pad wear indicator, which we got new ones anyway. There it goes. Brake pad wear indicator. Goodbye. Let me go ahead and push that caliper in. You can see brake fluid is right here. It's going to go right back up to where it needs to go. Yeah, no problems there. Okay, now the caliper's completely compressed. So I'm going to bust these off. Let's see what sizes are. 13. And they shouldn't be on too tight. I think they're expected by 40 pounds, something like that. Yeah, see, there we go. Alright, so we're going to need a wrench right there. $17, $18, or $19, $16, $17, or $18. Let's see if it's an 18. It doesn't want, these are too thick actually. We got 10 wrenches here. Multiple excellent uses. 17 mil, 15. Maybe the 16 will work well. Maybe even. Now we're gonna stick with 17. And I like to hold it down like that. Really the best way to go about this, and the fastest way, it's gonna be just like this here. It's not an intact socket, but it is a lifetime warranty socket. Let me bust that right out, man. We're gonna stick it back in, just a couple of threads so it doesn't fall. Okay, just like that. Same thing here on the bottom. We're gonna contact this here. Yeah, a lot of blue Loctite, nothing wrong with that. She actually got new bolts in this kit she got, so that's really cool. Now the idea is not to let the caliper fall. So unscrew this here, just like that. Take this caliper, we're going to compress that piston. It's going to hang just like that, which really I don't recommend that necessarily. So what you can do, okay, so yeah, that's going to stay just like that, but you can't really trust it. Well, you can, that's not going anywhere. Make sure it's not going anywhere. All right. So what we're going to do is clean this off. So what I'm going to do is bust these off. That's going to be a female Torx. I've had these for a long time. I got a couple sets of female Torx. I tried to use the other ones, but I've had these for so long, and they work so good, and they're impact rated. Okay, so keep that there so we know exactly what we're doing. Uh-oh. Hold this caliper so vibration doesn't fall. There we go, bottom bolt. Top bolt. Okay. I like to leave these bolts in. Usually you can use these to compress that caliper, but we're not going to do that because we already compressed the caliper. Alright, so we're going to take these over here and clean it up real good. Pull these guide pins out, clean them, re-grease them. And I mean, they feel great. So that's anti-seize. Here's brake caliper grease. That's what you don't like. Right there, get that rubber off. This rubber blows up. It becomes oil-logged or water-logged, as you may well better know it. And then it gets fat and thick, and then you gotta go get your brakes on again. So take that off. Throw some grease on there. I don't like to touch these without gloves due to asbestos. There, that's super slick. We'll do the same thing with this side. It's got a little grease in there. It's also dilapidated. Not going to make a huge difference. It's going to keep working well. There's no rubber at the bottom, which is excellent. Okay, super slick. Now I've got a particular. Here we go. Just like that. Other side. Okay, take this. Yeah. What I do is touch these, some grease in here. Okay. Now, we're going to go and mount this back. Now what we want to make sure of is that we don't get grease all over the rotor. Now we're going to hit these with a torque spec. 10 Newton meters. Okay. Alright. And now for the so this is the inner, if you can see. It says inner there. I've got some grease on there. I could use a little more grease. So. Grease on the caliper bracket as well. So it's going to go on the inside. Now, you see those squeaker pins? You want to line those up and push them in just right. That's exactly how you want it. Ta-da. Now we're going to take this outside piece. Get this all greased up here. Nice and greased up, eh? Same thing here. You want to line this up just like that. All right, here we go. That's not going anywhere. Oh, brake clean through your shirt burns your nipple. So what I'm gonna do, actually, let's turn this because I don't like that right there. There we go. That's gonna make it clean. Ta-da. I'm going to take these new bolts that we've got here. I'm going to take this caliper out of its lovely spot. Push that. Come on down here. Get that in there. Give it a couple spins to get it started. Same thing here. Now the torque spec on this I believe is 28 Newton meters. So what I'm going to do is tighten it up with this. I'm not going to torque it or anything. Just, oh, that's a bigger size. Get it in there. It doesn't need to be torque tight. We're going to torque it with a torque wrench because that's what the torque wrench is for, right? So take this here, 28 Newton meters. Go to the other side and do the same thing. And a few. 28 Newton meters. With 28 foot-pounds. And we're actually just going to do 30 because that would be fun. Give it a baby snug. Oh my god. Okay, so we don't want to. Nice baby snugs. Same thing here. Give it just a little more, a little extra. It's not going anywhere. There we go. Ta-da! Successfully did that brake job, and on this side is where the brake pad wear indicator goes. Which sticks right on the inner. There we go, just like that. Bring that on over here. So we're going to take this piece off. So we're going to take this here. Nice. This goes boom right there. This goes boom snapped, boom snapped, and this snaps right there. And this snaps right into this little guy. Take it out, and we stick this on in there just like that. Close it up. Make sure it's closed. There we have it. The other side's exactly the same without the brake pad wear indicator. So the torque spec for the oil filter housing, as well as the oil drain bolt, was 18.5 foot-pounds. So we'll go ahead and reinstall this bolt at 18.5 foot-pounds. So what you want to do is spray it and dry it so it's nice and clean for reinstallation. Oh. Okay. There we go. Okay, it's nice and clean. Tiny bit of oil is okay, not a big deal. So we're just gonna tighten this thing back up until it catches, obviously. Here we go. Okay, and we're gonna do 18.5 foot-pounds. Alright. It's gonna actually be a little more just because of that little extension. I like to do just a tad more than that because sometimes it just seems like it's not enough, although it probably is. There's usually a little thing right here, but she's missing hers apparently from somewhere. She got her little change done. Now that's going to be nice and clean after I'm done with it. Nice and clean. Nice, clean, sealed. Okay. So now we're going to get up here. Here's your oil. She's obviously got a whole bunch more oil. This was supposed to be 6 quarts, a little less, which is okay. Now, if we screw this all the way, there we go. Now we're gonna take this here. All right, there's her oil. It's gonna have to go in specifically. So, she has an oil ring here, oil filter. It's already got the oil, like it's a little oil ring right there, like it's supposed to have. So we can go ahead and do that. Ta-da. Oh, it comes with a new crush washer, look at that. Oh well, I'll use the one that I had. There's a new O-ring. So we replace that O-ring. There we go. Now this we're gonna slide on over. So it's best to kind of twist these on, sort of. But honestly, they're so malleable these days. I just throw one down there and work it around, and there you go. All right. So this came up a specific way. It's gonna go down a specific way. All right. So what you want to do is make sure it drops down in its little crevice. I'm not sure if that is proper. It seemed to go down. What I'm gonna do is leave that on until I actually take this and put it in here, just like that. Ta-da. Ta-da. That's my O-ring now because I used a different O-ring, no problem. Both copper, both fit, no big deal. So now I gotta do this brake caliper. Once I do that, I'll lower the vehicle, finish that, put the oil required in it, reset, and we'll be good to go. Putting these bolts on, get them started, get this thread started. You just wanna make sure you don't cross-thread. You go very, very soft, so you verify you're not cross-threading it. Alright, so I got this in exactly how it's supposed to be. We will torque it down once we drop it on the ground. Here's your brake pad wear indicator, full brake pads. I'm going to pull this one off. Lefty loosey, righty tighty. Don't forget. People say star pattern when you install the bolts. I do a star pattern when I remove them as well. Oh, there we go. Slide it under just to be on the safe side, you never know. Now what we're going to do is turn this. You only have a brake pad wear indicator on that side. First thing I'm going to do is take this, throw it on that brake pad, start moving it, start moving it back, get this snug between there, move that caliper back, move that caliper back. That's easy peasy. Lemon squeezy. Alright. Alright, so busting these loose. See how it wants to fall. We're not gonna let it fall. Just pull it out. This is trash anyway. That brake pad wants to come out anyway. Alright, put this up like we did the last one. And it's not gonna go anywhere just like that. Boom, those are fine. I'm gonna bust this out just like that. So we're gonna take this here. They're going down. Just like that. There we go. Got these both out. Look at that there. Take these over here. They're still very smooth. There's not much grease on them. What I do is throw more grease on, pull this rubber piece off. It's a new car, so it's just not dirty. But boom. I think that piece is totally unnecessary. Move this up here. Alright. Oh, nice and smooth. Look at there. I'll bust that out. Throw some more grease on that bad boy. If they were dirtier, I'd clean it all out, but it's so clean. They're so clean, and it's not that big of a deal if they're super clean and barely any grease on them. And all this is going to get nice and clean, just like that. Alright, we're going to come over here, put some grease on this caliper bracket, and reinstall. Alright, so what we want to do is get this in here, just like that, and I'm going to get these bolts started. Okay, and we're going to drive them in with this here, but we're not going to torque them with this. So essentially, I believe it was 85, yeah, 85 foot-pounds, and a notch more because that's how I roll. There we go. There we go. Same thing here. And a notch more. You can feel them. I mean, they really don't go any farther. I don't want to stretch those bolts or break those bolts, obviously. Alright, so we're putting this bottom on. We're going to torque down everything, but first we're going to put these on. And by everything, I mean the oil filter housing. And the 1, 2, 3, 4. 3, 4, here we go. Oil filter housing and the plug nuts. It'll be easy. Make sure I got them all. Torque. Okay, all tight. Tight. Okay. Now we're gonna drop this down. Okay. Okay. All right. See how it's rolling? That's what you want. Nice and easy, nice and slow, especially if you're on the plastic. Go a little faster. And there we go. There we go. Now that we can see, now this is 18.5 foot-pounds for the oil filter cap. however you want to do it, you know. So what I'm actually going to do is 18, not 18.5. That way we know. Okay, it's 18.5. And make sure you're not scratching anything. See, I got a scratch-free jacket. Although I do have a belt, but you know, people with their nice cars, you don't want to mess anything up. Period. I was going to work on 18 foot-pounds. I have this extension, otherwise it would be 18.5 inch-pounds. There we go. Ta-da. Now her brake fluid is up. Go ahead and replace this bad boy. Let's get this out of here. All this junk here. There. Okay. Lock. Now that can't come up because it's locked. Oh, yeah. Okay, so we're going to take this over here. We got 3 little clippers. 3. So one will go here, one will go here, one will go here. So we're just going to slide this up under, just like that. And pretty much that's right in place. There you go. Ta-da. Now we're going to add oil.